Hi everyone, it's Rax. We just got done taking the rank 1 in 4s. I'll upload that video once we actually get the 150 down. But then when everybody got off, Wario and I started playing some 2s. And we needed a 127 for rank 1. We got that down. Then we opened up a 130 and we got that down. And you said, you want to know what? We're going to go for rank 1 world and open a 135. We kept dying and dying and dying and we didn't have enough damage. And finally, on our very last key, we got this. Want to take you through it. So I'm playing a zBarb. Like I mentioned earlier, neither of our characters really have the gear for this. We die a lot and we don't quite have the damage, but this is a Summoner Charger Festering. It pretty much does not get better than this. The fun thing about playing with a GoD is the GoD, at least when it's properly geared and when we have all the right stuff, is going to be able to move around the map and actually help me aggro stuff together. And the whole idea is for me to stomp it together so the Demon Hunter can kill everything with area damage. It's quite hard to kill the elites, especially yellows. So when we get a pack together, we're just looking for most of the trash to die and just to keep dragging it forward. And we're going to do some shenanigans in a little bit. As you see, once we get a couple of elites together, we're both taking outrageous damage. Wario has already procced, and pretty much every single time I dive into the middle, it's pretty much the end of my bar. But as we get better gear, it will get a lot easier. So as you can see, that big pile of trash has essentially vanished. And all that's left are the elites. We're just running essentially the same as a GoD as you would run in the speed metas. Just trying to group everything together for him, and one of the elites is down. We need to check for a pylon. Of course, we are hoping for a conduit. And wouldn't you know it, we have a conduit. Amazing. Now, our strategy completely changes. I say, Wario, let's go to the end of the map, and we're going to start to play it backwards. The mobility of the GoD really allows us to do this. Poof, all of a sudden, in 2 seconds, we're at the end of the map, and we're fighting our way backwards. And let's see how many elites we can kill. So, typically on a Festering Woods, there are 6 elites. We've already killed 1. That brings us to 5. But I am wearing Nemesis Bracers. So if we nem the Condi and get an elite out of it, that should be 6. And so we're expecting to get a 6 or a hexa kill from this pack. All we gotta do is stay alive, which Wario is procced again. Ow. And I'm just charging for my life, trying to stay alive. What I would like to do, if I had better survivability, is I would not charge like this. Instead, I would be very calm and patient and be a normal zBarb and stomp it together and make it look very nice for better area damage. But we don't have that luxury here. Gotta dive around at these low baby gons. I didn't have the right gems leveled up. That's why I'm charging everywhere. Because it's better to stay alive than to die. Now, we don't have to kill everything here. We just need to kill enough to where we can easily bring up the elites. But we've still got a bit of trash, so we're willing to take the time to kind of weasel this down a bit. This is looking pretty good until Wario passes away there, unfortunately. I tell him, you want to know what? You finish down there. And I am going to check up here, and we have another shield. This nemmed pylon, once he comes up, will give us 7 elites. Of course, I nemmed a jug, which means I cannot bring it. So I need to go back here and make sure that we brought all the elites. All we have is this Terror Demon. Terror Demons are notorious for not moving where you want them to go. So here we're doing a funny thing. I'm telling Wario, you fight the elites down there, keep getting them low, and I'll make a pack up here by the conduit. Once I've done that, I say, excuse me, losing my voice. I say, let's switch. Now you go up there and hit those things while I drag all these elites up. This shield pylon is allowing us to do this. And honestly, I'm glad that we had a shield pylon for the conduit. Because I'm pretty sure with 7 elites around us, we were probably just going to die. Especially with the Terror Demon harassing us. Well, we've got pretty much everything here. Looking around for the Terror Demon, I don't see it. Wario's like, where's that Terror Demon? Oh, I don't know. Oh, he's over by the conduit. All right. Well, let's try to get him to come. Okay, that's pretty good pull for a Terror Demon as far as I'm concerned. Let's go. No jug out of the conduit one time. This is one of the sickest conduits I've ever seen. And like I said, we do have the shield, so we can't die. So this is going to be a 7 elite conduit. We took it at about 50% progress. And you're going to see what a 7 elite conduit looks like. So this was 4, I believe it was 4 yellows and 3 blues down. Man, what a shield pylon. Can just stand in the middle. And look at our bar. Now that's a conduit. And that's why Festering Woods is so good. 8 elites total in the map with 2 named pylons. Of course, we get a stupid sewer with a stupid speed pylon, but doesn't matter. Our conduit, we still have conduit left over. So the conduit took us from like 50% progress to like 94%. It's really unbelievable. So now all that's left is to get a little bit of the trash down, spawn the boss, and hopefully it's a single target boss that is not going to chain kill us, and we should have this down. So I'm thinking about being greedy. We already have a conduit and a shield and a speed, but we do have the potential for one more pylon. So you want to know what? I'm going to go see if I can get you a power for the boss. So once we have some of the trash down, I was going to wait till 99, but I figured, nah, let's just search right now while Wario continues to attack. So I'm going to go very, very far here, and I'm just not seeing one. So I start to come back, and he says, let's move up and pull some trash. I say, fine. Let's meet up maybe halfway down this hallway and get it all fixed. And now we're ready to spawn the boss. We're at like probably 99.9 at this point. So I said, you want to know what? I'm going to make one more attempt to go get it. Power one time. And I'm just not seeing one. So I said, just go ahead and let it rip. Boom, there's the boss spawned on me. Unfortunately, it's Tetris. Shouldn't be too bad. Not bad at all. I tell him, go take the speed and I'll come catch up to you. One thing I could have done, would have been a little bit smarter, is if I would have ported to town, it would have teleported the boss to Wario, so that would have saved us a few seconds. And of course, Tetris is walking. So that would have saved us 5 to 10 seconds, but as long as Wario doesn't chain die here, we're going to be good. And Wario is going to need to fight Tetris parallel to the wall. That way his hungering arrows can properly pierce. Because if the hungering arrows are going into the wall, he's going to lose a lot of damage. And once his Bane of the Stricken builds up, we are going to have ourselves a clear. So it was fun to try to open up a key 9 tiers higher than second place, just trying to push the limits of this build as these super low gons. We will definitely be pushing way higher, especially when we can actually survive anything in these rifts. But yeah, let me talk to you very quickly about the seasonal buff manipulation that's been going on, which we really weren't using in our rank 1 4 player yesterday. So what seems to be happening is something similar to Season 19. What you can do is, at the start of the rift, have someone stay in town. So you open up the Greater Rift and someone goes back in town for a period of time. And then you go back into the rift and they're on a different timer with different stacks. Then you as a group get however many stacks you want, 100 stacks. And right before the group is about to detonate the seasonal buff, the person who went in town walks away. So we detonate the seasonal buff, and the person who walked away still has 100 and some odd stacks, 100 stacks. When they rejoin us, when we get 1 kill, we pick up their stacks again, and we're back at 100. and then they walk away when their buff is proccing, and they're reset to 0, and when they come back with us, we give them back however many stacks we have at that time, which is like, let's say 200, and then the same thing happens. We send them away, we proc our seasonal buff, we come back, we give them the 200, they walk away, when theirs goes off, they come back, now we're at 300, yada yada yada, over and over and over, and then by the time you get to the Guardian, and you release the seasonal buff with however many stacks you have, it destroys the Guardian. We were not really using this. We were messing around with it, testing it, but we never really used it on the Guardian. But that is what a lot of teams are doing. If you see any 150 clears in super good times, it's seasonal buff manipulation that way. I don't know if Blizzard's going to fix it. I haven't heard any word from them, but we'll see what happens. But if it does stay, it's going to really, really change the landscape of how team games are played. For example, here you saw that we did not do that. We could have went in at different times and held the seasonal buff stacks and separated and yada yada yada. We did not do that. We just played the game normally. But we'll have to see how that plays out in the season. That's it, guys. Rank 1 2-player world and 9 tiers higher on North America. Thank you so much for watching. Many more videos are coming.